कोई जो मिला तो मुझे ऐसा लगता था जैसे मेरी सारी दुनिया में गीतों की रुत और रंगों की बरखा है, खुशबू की आंधी है, महकी हुई सी अब सारी फिजाएं, बहकी हुई सी अब सारी हवाएं। हाय, दिस इज शंकर महादेवन। वेलकम टू माय स्टूडियो। For me, music is an ongoing journey, not only about singing and composing music, but it's also about learning every day. Inspiration, ideas, and melodies, they strike at the most undecided moments. Today, if I sit and say, hey, I'm going to create the most amazing tune over here, today may be the most horrible tune to compose, but you're stuck in the traffic jam, you're boarding a flight, and this melody suddenly comes to you. That is when you need technology to leverage that moment, because the faster it comes, the faster it goes. In today's day, you don't need 100 people to play everything together. They used to do that because of lack of technology. I'm working with international musicians and we record, comfortably, and they are playing there, we are recording over here. You don't even lose one single KB of data. Performance is communication. A performer communicates to his audience with music. If you have a beautiful voice, it needs to be captured beautifully through technology. For me, technology is built for performance.
लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, आप सबका स्वागत है स्काई स्पोर्ट्स।
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is what you guys have been waiting for. It is the place where all your favorite streamers are going to be joining their forces with their comrades against the battle for not only the title but also the glory and spoils. Welcome to the Skyesports Streamers Showdown, presented by AMD, powered by Ruchir. My name is Lucifer. Alongside me is going to be an innocent caster joining, but only by looks. His name is Inferno. As I say, his looks are deceiving, guys.
Thanks for the warm welcome, Sam. And we are here, Lucifer. Let's just go, and we will be starting the Streamers Showdown really soon. We'll be having our matches on the screens really fast. But before than that, guys, have a look on the description. You can see all the teams' names over there. And we are having one of the most amazing streamers, right? We are having most talented content creators and streamers in the Streamers Showdown of Skyesports. So, guys, be ready, because all the matches are going to be something amazing you're going to witness, and I think the competition is going to rise really soon.
Oh, I think this is going to be a wonderful competition that'll be coming in from all the streamers. It's going to be super intense, Inferno. But also for our viewers, they're going to be, I wouldn't say right after the bat, giving it their all, because the first 2 days we are going to be having the launch party. Meaning they're going to be having fun all over the time. But before we talk about the actual things that over the schedule, let's also give a quick look about what's going to be happening today. You're going to be seeing 6 matches in total, but as you guys would have had idea by right now, if not, let me tell you guys, there are 3 different groups where you will be seeing 8 different creators in each group. So the total is going to be 24 creators with us. We're going to be battling it every day with 4 maps, Inferno, and they're going to be starting off in a classic matchup is what we're going to be witnessing. But here's one thing I do want to say, is when they're going to go ahead with everything, and also as I mentioned, it's the launch party, I think they're going to be having a lot of fun as well.
Of course, the launch party and the first 2 days going to be something amazing, and the teams will be having fun. But you can see we are having 3 groups, A, B and C, and you can see the schedule of map. We'll be having different maps, but yeah, the matches are going to start really soon. But you can see the teams, and you can see the launch party groups, Group A, Group B and Group C.
3 groups as we mentioned. Starting off, you can see it's going to be Team Ghatak. I mean, who's not looking out for him? Along with him, it's going to be Vaadhiyaar, Midfail, Guru Gaming, Eagle, Lolz, Kaashvi and Willy in Group A. Group B consists of Kronten, Sharkshee, Psycho, Spower, Natasha, Hastar, Joker, and Anto. Group C, last but not the least, is going to be a very power-packed group. Maxtern, Godl Rebel, Ruchir, Vivone, Castro, Antaryami, Crow, and Mayur Gaming. But here's one thing, Inferno, irrespective they're in different groups, I think it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, it's the points table. And how does the points table work? It's right in front of your screens. If they come and get the chicken dinner, they have a big 15-point advantage.
Course, and if they are coming on the second place, they'll be having 12 points in the pocket. Third place, respectively, having 10 points. Fourth, eighth, and fifth, sixth, and irrespectively, you can see all the point table systems right now on your screen. So yeah, and of course, the finish point it will be counted as one. I wish. Let's see who's gonna make the winner when the chicken dinner the first match because the team taking the winner when the chicken dinner in the first map or the first match will be having a really great slight boost in the point tables. But I think so the launch party points are not going to be going to count.
Exactly. This, as we said, right now for our viewers, this is a launch party. The first 2 days is going to be a battle that they're going to be having fun, getting accustomed. Because as we said, right, whenever we see new teams coming in, new players joining in, and especially when they immediately jump down to a game right out of the bat as a competition, it's going to be a tough inferno. But as for our viewers also, right, there's fun in games, especially when these individual content creators on their respective channels, when they go ahead, we have visited the channels and the amount of fun they have when they're playing the games as well as with their, I would say, subscribers who are around. It's just a complete whole different environment, and we kind of want to get into the same environment when we start off this Skyesports Streamers Showdown with this launch party. That we are in the same vibe where they are going to be having fun. We are, as casters and the viewers, also at the end of the day have fun. Maybe this point system might not matter now, but when the league stage kicks off, they have to be
Yeah.
worried about it.
Yeah, they have to be actually worried about it because the points will be the main thing. But yep, guys, we'll have a look. All the new viewers coming and joining the stream right now. This is the group ABC. Have a look on the teams right now and tell me into the chat section that which team are you guys
Oh
supporting? And
yes.
we are having a small superstar. Lucifer, do not forget about him. He is a Vivone. Yeah, of course. Like, he's actually playing really amazing. And that small superstar is going to do wonders, I think, in the matches. I'm waiting for the performance of the teams. Let's just see how they're going to perform and what will be the strategies. There will be a lot of starts. Of course, we know that launch party points are not going to be get counted in the first 2 days. But I think so there will be a lot of more different strategies going to be get implemented. And I think so it will be really fun. But I'm waiting for those bans going to be happening in the matches.
I agree with you, man. I mean, streamers coming in, I don't think that banter will be left out, right? So
Yep.
I'll be waiting for it. But as you said that, I will right now, I would call him a rising superstar, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
He's a little gamer, but he's a superstar right as of now. And Vivone, everybody's going to be having his eyes. Every one of us is going to be having our eyes on him and how his team is going to be playing. But you know, right? It's the start of the tournament, and we're going to be having a lot of players that we'll be looking out for because we've been talking about it, right? Of how these streamers play. Most of the times, when we head over to their streams, it looks like they're even more serious than the actual competitive players. Like they are pushing ranks, they're trying to get victories, and we kind of have the feeling that someday this content creator is going to be jumping in and maybe becoming, a competitive player. But let's hope that happens, or maybe it doesn't let them have fun. But right now, let's right now jump into the first map itself. That's going to be Erangel, the flight path in front of our screens, and you're going to be seeing Group A and B. As we said in the schedule, you're going to be seeing 6 matches starting off with Erangel. Two groups fighting out with each other. Quickly calling it out, Inferno. Let them know who the groups are.
Group A and Group B, Team Ghatak, Vaadhiyaar, Midfail, Guru Gaming, Eagle, Lolz, Kaashvi, and Willy in the group number 1. And as you can see, the group number B, on your right hand side, Kronten, Sharkshee, Blind Psycho, Spower, Natasha, Hastar, Joker Ki Haveli, and Anto. Decent groups, but we'll be talking about the trajectory and the flight route right now, starting from Yasna and finishing on the bases of military base on the shore. Let's just see if we'll be witnessing some of those hot drops or not, because I am actually eagerly waiting for the hot drop, Lucy.
Oh, let's see if there's going to be an immediate battle as they drop down. Right now, the flight path kind of a little bit weird, not favoring, I would say, anyone. We generally, when we see it's the first match of the day, it's going to be an even Stevens flight path, but it looks like team number 14. They're already up ahead in a battle. We are also seeing Ghatak's team who are gearing up for the battle against team number 14, and I think this is going to be a very intense battle. But the circle right now,
Ooh.
it's a little bit further away from the flight path itself.
Of course, the IGLs are not happy with this one, okay? Because most of the teams are out of the zone. Let's just see how they're going to rotate into the zone, and that will be the most interesting things because we will be having and like we will be the teams will be indulged in the rotation clashes as well, and if a team is coming into the rotation clashes, there will be a lot of chaos happening over there. Let's just see how they will be rotating into the zone, and that will be a really great factor over there. But no, 5 mid-fair team,
लूट
as you
के
can see,
ऊपर
they're
ध्यान
coming in
दिया
the
जाएगा,
loot on the
उसके बाद आगे
Yasnaya
चलकर
section. There
फाइट
are
ली
actually
जाएगी। तो
2
वो
teams
जो
coming in a
उनकी कोशिश
4v4
रहने वाली है
liquid fight.
उसका परिणाम
Let's just see
अब
who's
क्या
gonna win
निकल
this
कर
one.
आता है वो मैच के
Let's see
बिल्कुल
who's going to be
अंतिम
winning
समय
it
में
out.
ही
I
हमें
mean,
पता
Ghatak
चलेगा।
as
बट
well as
जिन टीमों ने
we
ये
did see
डिसाइड किया है कि
Midfield's
हम
team as
हॉट
well
ड्रॉप
before
की
this,
तरफ
but
बढ़ेंगे, हम
right
उन
now
रीजन्स
just
की तरफ
holding it
बढ़ेंगे
out
जहां
as a
टीमों
as
के
a
आने के
DP here,
चांसेस
talking about
ज्यादा
team
हैं,
number 14, which is
शुरुआती
going to be
फाइट्स के
Spower. I
चांसेस
mean,
ज्यादा हैं।
people
उन
from
टीमों
Godlike
का परिणाम
already
अब
going
क्या होने
against
वाला है,
each
क्या
other.
वो
I
यहाँ
mean,
से
they're
सरवाइव
from the
करके
same
निकल पाएंगे
organization.
या फिर
But
उन्हें
again, as you
फाइट्स का
said,
सामना
right,
करना
little
पड़ेगा।
practice coming
गॉडल
in between
पावर,
themselves when they
घातक,
face off
दोनों
as
टीम
different,
टीम गॉडलाइक से।
I would
एंड
say,
अब
as
इन दोनों
enemies
टीम के
in the
बीच हो
same
सकता है
battle. It's going
शुरुआती
to be
फाइट देखने को
interesting on
मिले।
who's going to be
एक टीम
coming
रोड
on
के
top. So
उस
let's
पार
see, it's going
यानी
to be Spower
नॉर्दर्न
or it's going to
अपार्टमेंट्स
be
की तरफ,
Ghatak's team
एक
coming
टीम
on top.
सदर्न
But
अपार्टमेंट्स
it's
की
just
तरफ।
a very holdout and a
बिल्कुल,
slow
इसी
game,
के साथ-साथ
which we generally
आई
I
थिंक
kind of
टीम
expect, right?
शायद
Inferno,
थोड़ा
like right
और
at the start,
लूट
teams do
करेगी,
not
उसके बाद ही फाइट लेना
completely
चाहेंगे
go
बिकॉज़ हमें पता है देखिए
blazing
कस्टम
off
रूम है
on
एंड
their
हमें
opponents.
पता
So
है
just
जब
wait out, look forward to
हम ऐसे
information.
रूम्स
Maybe also
बनाते
better
हैं
loot,
वहाँ पर
and then they
लूट
think
भी
about the
काफ़ी
fight.
बढ़िया सा रहता है।
Of course,
सो विल हैव टू
they
जस्ट वेट एंड फाइंड आउट कि
they
पहला
need some
जो
really good loot. They
नॉकआउट
need
है
some
इन दोनों
ARs
टीम्स
and
के बीच में
SMG for the
किसके
closing
बीच
fight as
फिलहाल
well. Let's just
होता
see,
है
and
क्या
I
कोई
think
फिनिश
so.
पॉइंट
If
निकाला
both of
जाएगा
them
अपने नहीं
having
दूर से
good
थोड़े से स्काल के
SMGs and
शॉट्स लिए
ARs,
जाएंगे
they
लाइट
can
ट्यूब
push
के
out,
द्वारा
but
मतलब घातक भाई की
Clash
स्क्वाड ओपनिंग
taking out
निकालेंगे
Team of Foreign.
एंड
I
स्पॉर की
think
टीम
so.
के
This
लिए
is a really good
फिलहाल तो
opening for Team
खतरा
of
हमें
Foreign.
बनता
They
हुए
can
नजर
just
आ रहा
really
है।
jump into them, and because they're
खतरा काफी
having the
ज्यादा बन
numbers
रहा है।
advantage,
अभी अभी
right? You
एक
see,
खिलाड़ी
so
को
I
डाउन
think
कर
they
दिया
can win
गया।
the fight right
नाइट
now, but they have to go
वो
for the
अपने आप
devout
को
point as
काफी
well,
अच्छे
or else
पोजीशन
that's
पर
going to be
रख रहे
something
हैं,
hard
बट
for them, and they
ज्यादा
can
अपने
lose
आप
the
को
first
एक्सपोज
match.
कर जाना,
Oh,
ज्यादा
I
अपनी
mean, right
पोजीशन
now
को
starting,
कॉम्प्रोमाइज कर जाना उनके
it
लिए
doesn't
बड़ी
look like.
प्रॉब्लम बन
I'm not
सकती है।
too
दूसरी
sure,
तरफ
but yes,
सोहेल
we
की
are
टीम को
seeing
देखिए,
one
सोहेल
player
अपने
less.
स्कारल के
But
साथ
I
नजर
hope none
आएंगे।
of the
विली
teammates have
गेमिंग की
actually
ये
lost
टीम
the player in the battle itself. But
किस
as you
तरीके
said,
की
when
परफॉर्मेंस
you
दिखाती
find
है।
such an
देखिए कि
opening, that
कैप्टन
is your
जब भी हम देखते हैं
opportunity
किसी
to
टीम
strike
को
on goal.
शुरुआत जब वो ऐसे
Not
छोटे छोटे
happened, so
कंपाउंड
we'll
में
be
लेते हैं,
waiting on
लूट
the other
करते
end.
हैं
We are
और उसके
seeing
बाद
Willy and
फाइट
his
करने के लिए
teammates as
जाते
well.
हैं।
Looking forward to loot in the
इनके
compounds.
दिमाग में
Nothing to
सिर्फ
worry about
एक
it
अप्रोच
because
रहती है
close
कि
by
डे वन है,
there were no
शुरुआत
opponents. But
इन्हें
as you
अच्छी
did
करनी
speak
है।
about
और
Clash,
कुछ
we are
टीमें
back
ऐसी होती
there.
हैं जो कि
Maybe
बिल्कुल
the fight
डे
did not
वन
get
डे टू में
initiated,
थोड़ा
but also we
एक्सपेरिमेंट करना
understand,
प्रेफर
right?
करते हैं।
When
आपका क्या
your
कहना है?
entire team is together, they will
Well,
try
मैं तो
to
यही
buy
कहूंगा
even
कि
more space, and I think they
लॉन्च
bought
पार्टी है,
themselves space,
मजे करने
revived
आए हैं
Splashback,
प्लेयर्स,
and
बट
they're into the battle
देखिए
against
मजा
Ghatak.
आप करने जाएंगे विदाउट चिकन
Of course,
डिनर,
right now
विदाउट
Team of
अ लॉट ऑफ
Foreign
पॉइंट्स आप मजा
making
करने
the smokes
जाएंगे।
happen,
जो
and I
प्राइस
think
पूल
so
का
they
स्प्लिट
are
जाएगा लॉन्च
doing
पार्टी
this
के लिए,
very well.
वहां पर
So
थोड़ा
they'll
खतरा
be
बन
doing
जाएगा।
a
फिर से
big
स्काल के
step
शॉट्स
out,
लिए जाएंगे
and I
नाइट
think
ट्यूब
so
के
they'll be
द्वारा,
having a
लेकिन
really really
इस
good
बार उन्हीं के
positioning
ऊपर हल्का
out
सा
into
डैमेज
the
आता है।
compounds
वेल
because
एलवीटी
right
जी
now they
स्टार
can
देखिए वो
they
आगे
can
जा
continue
रहे हैं,
the fight,
स्पॉर
right?
उनके
Because
बिल्कुल
team number
सामने
3 right now they are in the powerful situation, having a really really
आ
good
सकते हैं,
advantage of
बट जो टीम
positioning
नंबर
as well,
14
having a
हमें दिख
really
रही है
good
स्पॉर की
loot.
टीम,
So
आई
I
थिंक
think
वो
so team
बैक
of
ऑफ कर रहे
foreign
हैं,
can
फाइट
go
नहीं लेना
from
चाहते
out there
जोन।
and can just directly fall out from the fight and gonna leave Yasnaya and having a really good compounds out of the map.
Right now it's going to be interesting. I mean, it was a good call. I would have been a little bit more excited, Inferno, if they actually took a fight. But again, as we said, right, sometimes you want to know how it kind of works out, and can you do something brilliant, can you find an off angle or a different situation in the same battle. So I think Spower's team decided, let's just disengage and look forward to a battle on the other side. But right now Hastar, he's down, his teammates have lost him. This is unfortunate. As they were rotating, they catch them off guard, and this is what we talk about, right? You need to keep an eye out as you're rotating. If you don't, you'll be caught out like this. And now Hastar is down, so his team is going to be facing the brunt if they can't make a comeback.
Our team now 14 Xeno 25 on our screens right now. A really good decision from my end, or else from their end. And from my perspective, yeah, of course, that decision was really good. But right now, you can see Godl Rebel team on our screens, on the school compounds. Maybe they can come into the fight. All the teams are ready, but this can be a rotational clash. Changing the vehicle. That's a really good one. But they are coming in the open scenario. And yep, Kronten has been spotted. Look at that spray going over there from the TP. And I think so that will be a pick out. And Team No 14, they are feeling that thing. And I think so that grenade might work over there. Yeah, of course, that grenade is an on-point grenade. But no, the damage has been conducted. But Entity Cloud has been down.
Oh no, no, Zeno also, he's getting caught in the crosshairs. It's going to be very difficult. I mean, we talk about it, right? When you pick a fight, you need to be having the support from your teammates. The grenade which was thrown from Zeno, it's right now coming his way. Kronten is propping that up. He throws it. He's trying to find the connection, but Zeno did back off, because of which he has the opportunity to save himself. So, Inferno, this fight has gotten to an interesting point. I'm not too sure which way it is going to be swinging, but also, Who do you think that can come on top of it?
Of course, like, team number 11, they are having the main advantage, but coming into the open exotic, what are you trying to do over there? He is open, but taking that 1v1 completed and finishing out the player, that's a really good decision coming over there. But taking that trade, Godl this power coming out of nowhere, taking a pick, and I think so that was something important. Now this fight is a temporary 3v3, but Cloud has been also down. They have to go for the revival, or else this is not going to be something for them, and getting eliminated in the start, and I think so that start will be not also good.
I don't think they're going to be having an opportunity to revive the player. Okay, they did. Thankfully for Splash, he was close by. If you remember right, Splash was also one of the first players from Spower's team who did get knocked, but they revived him. So now Splash just exchanging um, what he received previously, so also giving it back to his teammates. But they have to be very, they've lost the player, and I mean it was a battle that it looked like Zeno was ready for, but the entire squad of Spower, they did not kind of want to be in the fight. You always saw, right, they were kind of on the back lines where they were kind of, it felt like they were calling back Zeno. But nonetheless, Kronten's team, what a I would say use of power that they showed over there with the bullets. But right now, okay, excellent. I understand that this is not the map for stunts, but still, you're getting into Miramar very soon, so I think he's practicing it right as of now.
Yeah, of course, like, Miramar is full of off-road things and having a lot of bridges. So, like, driving in Miramar is something difficult for them. But yeah, let's just, we'll be having a look on the Miramar as well. But team number 10, INV on our screens right now, Willy having the first finish and having the first casualty, and that's a really good advantage for them. Right now, let's just see what is their confidence peak, because Godl Lolz team is on their screens right now on the front of them. The positioning is been not compromised right now, but you know what, the off guard angle Lolz is having, he can pick easily one or two players from their opponent team, and I think he's having a slight advantage on that part, that particular situation.
I mean, when you play a little bit in ridges and all, you might have an advantage. Certain times use compounds, you might have an advantage. But
Yeah.
right now, I'm not too sure who's going to be having an advantage. I just feel like the circle is the one who's going to be either deciding that anybody is going to get an advantage or not. But right now, we are seeing, right? There's a couple of teams who are right now traveling their way through school and getting inside the circle. And there's another team who's right now coming out from the island towards shooting range and now jumping into the main
Willy.
island of Erangel. But right now, Willy very up close to team number 8. He's going to be taking a spray battle,
Oh.
but he's not connecting any bullets. And Willy receives the same amount of bullets and immediately gets knocked along with his teammate. 2 players are down from Willy's team.
That spray, Willy whiffed that spray, because of which he was not able to get the Billion's pick out. But right now, Billion is going out forward, and I think so this is time to make the 1v1 happen, and having 4 casualties in your pocket and making this fight completely down. Having going over there, Spike has been also down. Shanu OP coming out of nowhere and taking those straight. Billion with that M249 having 50 bullets and using that 6x on his M249. That's a good combination or not, but let's just see how Billion gonna like, control the recoil of that M249. Lolz coming over there, charging up forward. Shanu OP is being the solo survival, I think. Yeah, going for that grenade, and the positioning has been also revealed in that track. That grenade will be the golden heart grenade coming out there from the Lolz, and the team is well eliminated.
Willy is going to be losing not only his life but also his entire teammates, and it's going to be the first team to be eliminated here in the Skyesports Streamers Showdown launch party. Unfortunate, but we didn't talk about it, right? It's going to be very intense as these streamers go ahead, and that's why we said when we started it off, they played out like they are in the competitive scenario, and they're showing us right now. But right, we saw Kronten initially, who had started off a fight against Spower, who did take down a player, but right now they're facing a brunt force coming in from team number 17. Very difficult for them to handle, but they've lost the player as well, so the number disadvantage is also going to be there. A little bit of technical issues that our viewers might also be facing. Rest assured, we'll be fixing it very soon, and we are going to be back into a flawless game and a seamless one. But right now, I don't think Kronten's team is going to be having a seamless performance or a flawless game, because they've been just eliminated.
First team of 17, Hirsch got on our screens having 4 freaking finishes. The start, Lucy. The start is really good. And here you go. Obe Flash 7 is been eliminated or temporarily shut down. Has been knocked out over there. Let's just see what's gonna happening over there. And I think so. The multiple fights are actually happening in the second zone, right? Not even teams are rotating much, but then also you can see a lot of fights, a lot of chaos going into the Erangel, and this is what actually I need and viewers need. All the fights are actually happening over there on the same particular moment. But let's just say Team No 4 having a really good spot and acquiring that sniper tower. This sniper tower is actually really good, Lucy. Having that high range advantage,
Yes.
you can just kill any one of them. Like, all the players, all the teams on the lower ridge, you're having a slight advantage just because of that height.
I agree with you. I mean, you're going to be having a very good advantage and also kind of deceiving your opponents who are coming towards your ends, right?
Yeah.
It
Yep.
gives you the advantage, but again, we saw Midfail's team previously also where they were in close quarters of a team, but they did not pick up a fight. But right now, their close quarters is a team 15. I think they can have a chance to initiate a fight, but again, if they've not initiated a fight, I feel like Inferno it can be a little bit difficult in the next couple of circles because more number of teams come together, and if you don't have the confidence to pick up a fight, you might be the team who might just get eliminated even though you have good loot, you have good helmets, vests, weapons, you talk about healing kits as well, you have everything for you, but still you might be the squad who might get eliminated just because you did not pick any early fights.
Yep, team number 5 on our screens. New player, Midfail Whitey on our screens. Let's just see what's gonna happening over there. Aim God OG on our screen. Right now, having 0 finishes. That's a recent start, right? Going into the zone, looking for the favorable compounds they need. But ATL Goku OG has been knocked out and full finished off. That's really good. Like, might be he was in the open, that's why he's just finished out. But Zeno has been picked out from Team of Foreign. That's not good. Multiple teams are having the single player casualty. Let's just see what's gonna happen over there. But yeah, I'm waiting for the fights, and I think so. All the teams are having the favorable compounds right now, and I think so. One more fight will be will be conducted really soon. That's gonna be team ORL Splash on the screens. Yeah, of course, Zeno has been down, and that casualty.
Yeah.
Okay, that's something a disadvantage for in their pocket.
I mean, we saw that, right? Inferno. I mean, they might look like they have the compounds that they're happy about, but their positions are also known. I mean, we saw Spower's team going against Kronten, but they were not prepared for it, so they lost Zeno over there. Right now, they are still having 3 players surviving, but are they prepared for the next upcoming fights? Same goes. The question can be asked here also for Guru and his teammates. Right now, they're about to face off Ghatak's team. You remember, right? Spower backed off from Team Ghatak. They did not want to pick up a fight, but right now they're head against each other. Ghatak's team, they have nowhere else to go. They just enter the circle and they have to pick a fight, and they have to get control of that northwestern edge of ruins. If they don't, then maybe the circle pushes them out and they have to again be worried about it, Inferno.
Because you can see, look at the zone, like, a centralized action zone. Multiple teams are into the zone. Only one of the teams are out of the zone, so they can have a zonal advantage as well. Because there's a lot of teams not having the breathing space issue. So I think so they'll be acquiring the zone really easy. But yeah, on the screens you can see LVT right now having 0 finishes. I think they have to go for the points. They have to go for the finish points as well. But on the screen you can see Gangster has been down. That's not actually a good news for them. They have to go for the revival point. They have to go for the smoke screens, making the smoke screens in the open scenario. Then only they'll be having the advantage for that, making the revival point happen.
Let's see if that revival point is going to be getting a chance or not, because it's not going to be that easy here, Inferno, as we kind of see, right? When players kind of tend to fight, it gets very difficult that they kind of try to work around it, make it happen, or they kind of just lose the footing. So I hope they kind of find a way out of it where they can kind of come out better in the fight. But as we were speaking, as I said, the circle is going to be eventually pushing them out, and Team Ghatak is facing that right now. And not only that, they will have to face the zone damage as well. So 2 things to be worried at the same time is not a good thing, right? There's an entire squad in front of you. You have a casualty, and on the backhand, there's also the blue zone pushing you. So it's going to be too many things at once to take. But I hope they're ready for it and they can kind of change things up.
Pushing up the lanes right now. Team number 9 having the first casualty, having the first finishes. That's really good, and having a really good advantage and position into the zone. But right now you can see where they will go. I think so those compounds are actually really good, but they have to be something careful about those grenades coming and spamming out there and making a small artificial red zone, because one more team, Revenge, is coming over there from the back ends, and I think so they have to be something get ready over there. But you can see pain on screens, and I think so they are doing gatekeeping scenarios out of for team number 3, and that's really good. That's really good. They'll not allow for coming into the zone, but look at that. That's flash mode. that clever move you can see from team number 3, just rotating from the edges of the zone. That's a really good decision.
I mean, this is a good decision. Can be if they hold it for some time and then they decide to move in. If they don't, it's going to be a casualty. And as I say, they immediately start moving in and they give Ghatak's team also breathing space where they can enter the circle and then look forward to a fight. But right now, we are seeing Spower teams back again where they've heard the sounds coming in. But this time, it's going to be another different squad and it's going to be from Sharkshee. And they are going to be looking forward to take them down as well, because it looks like Mr. Play, he has the idea that there are some of the players in the group compound and he can watch out to it. Start playing them down, but this is a different squad. This is a third party coming in, which he was not kind of expecting, but he'll be more than happy because looking at that third party, they are having a fight in between themselves and his entire team, the Sharkshee squad. They are right now at least safe and they can pick a battle and kind of be dominating on top of that squad.
Of course, they will be dominating all the teams out there, but let's just see the luck factor will work or not, and their skills will be working or not. But yeah, on our screens right now, you can see NF Demon has been picked out, and that's a temporary shutdown. He's been also knocked out. They have to go for the revolve point. That will be a really great advantage for them. But on our screens, you can see Mr. Spray WO skills, Abrar. Okay. That's really good. Having a really good compound advantage, that's also really good. But now you guys have to focus on picking the players. You have to focus on getting some of those more finishes. And the zone is also shrinking in. So I think so. They have to take, predict the next zone, and they have to go to the really good position into the zone so that, they can casualize, they can next zone as well. But right now on our screens, you can see NF. The Demon's revolve point has been completed, and that's a really good news. That's a really good advantage for them. Now the fight has been reset for them. All the teams are actually resting right now and nobody is taking fights. But yeah, the third party scenarios, the crossfire conditions are actually happening over there into the map.
I mean, I really like how Shakshi's squad is playing right as of now. They have the idea about where Hastar's squad is as well as Spower's. They have people stationed, like we were just talking about that watchtower, right? It's a similar situation. There are people on the roof, there are people on the ground who are watching what is happening from these two different squads, and they're making them stick on to that position, making them hold off. But as we were seeing that, and we did see, as I had a thought that maybe there is a squad which entered as a 3-man squad, and that's what we are seeing here. It's going to be a 3-player squad, but they're getting rushed, and it's going to be very difficult. And you can see how aggressive team number 8 is on team number 13. They're just losing players. There's a player down. There's last 2 players surviving, and I think Shelby might just become the last player for team 13, and he sees too many players in front of him, and they wipe out Shelby, and that's going to be the end for team number 13. There's nothing else that can do. But team number 8, as they were fighting in the house in the compound, they've been spotted. Inferno. There's another team which is inside the circle. They are trying to catch them off guard through the windows.
Of course, they will do the gatekeeping and they'll be not letting them come into the zone, and that will be the most disadvantage for them. Let's just see how they can come into the zone and having a really good artificial and natural covers, the stones, the trees, making those artificial covers from the vehicle and bursting it out. Let's just see what will be happening over there. But on the screens, you can see multiple teams are do the third party scenario. Team number 7 versus team number 9. The fight is actually happening over there, and I think that's a fair fight. Multiple players are actually, casualized over there, and team number 9 on the blink has been eliminated.
Teams are just falling. This is what we said when the circle starts closing in. If you've not picked up fights, you'll not be confident for the upcoming ones, and that's what is happening. Midfield's team, they had a 2v2 split approach, but it's right now backfiring, because it is a good approach when you're taking one squad, but there are just too many squads. As you see, there are still 11 teams surviving, and that's the reason they are unable to kind of have an isolation on one particular position of the fight, and that's the reason they're getting distracted too many. But right now, we are seeing a lot of only, I would say, knocks, and finally we enter inside the house. We tried to enter, but were being gatekept from this position. They are the ones who eliminate them. But in the meantime, we are seeing right as now Anto's team. Anto is surviving. He's patching himself up and gearing up for another fight, but his position is known. Midfail's team, they want to eliminate him right there, but now Spower team also knows. Sharkshee squad also knows where this Anto squads are right now surviving and doing out. But again, Anto's squad is out in the open, as well as just having 2 players, Anto and Aimbot. So it's going to be very difficult, but look at Anto not giving up and finally finds those connections with his teammates, and they're able to eliminate the squad in front of them. At least 1 squad elimination. Look at the number of finishes they have. 10 finishes. Damn.
the first team reaching the double-digit finishes counts, Lucy, no doubt they are actually dominating the lobby, and they will be the most,
Oh no!
That Anto has been knocked out by the new player. That spray was so laser. A really good spray coming on the Anto, and Anto has been picked out and instantly finished off. But look at the zone. Zone as having a really big hard shift, and most of the teams are out of the zone, and I don't know how they're going to be coming into the zone, and this will be the most biggest question for them, because right now you can see the zone is open. There's no compound out there. They have to make those artificial covers and make the smoke screens into the zone, and right now most of the teams are exhausted. Also a disadvantage counted.
It is going to be a disadvantage, but I want to kind of give credit to Midfail's team. They were in a position where they were getting knocked constantly and were getting sprayed multiple times, but look at them, they've actually made it happen. And they've survived. All the 4 players are back into the game. But also on the other end, we are seeing Sharkshee squad also trying to enter, but I feel like Midfail's team, if they're able to hold out 2 forces from different directions, they're feeling confident. Not only that, they did pick up 5 finishes. And we did talk about, right, team number 8 who just got eliminated, but it was coming in from this team that we are seeing right now. But in the meanwhile, team number 16 who are in the trenches, who are kind of thinking that maybe teams can forget them. It's not really happening. Once your position is known, especially in the 4th, 5th, 6th circles, they're going to be remembering it and making sure they clear it. But right now, team number 16 who we were talking about, they're looking strong as well. They've had 4 finishes, they're looking forward to a lot more, and now they're taking down Sharkshee's squad.
Because right now you can see Ninja OP Karthik on the screens. They are actually making the small artificial red zone, and they're spamming out all the utilities. Look at that, how many utilities they're having in their backpacks, and they're not even stopping over there. Midfield YD has been down, having 5 finishes for their team and having 0 finishes in their account right now. But right now they have to go for the revolve point. He's into the check, but that grenade is coming out there from out of nowhere, and I think so that's been down. Of course, he's been also completely finished out. New player on the screens right now. Midfield YD has been down, and I think Vaadhiyaar is out of the zone. And I think he's doing the heal battle. There's no choice. There's no point of getting survival.
Nothing
he's
more.
getting more. Yeah. Of course, he's getting more first aids. I think
Oh,
he's getting more first aids, but no, he's not having the time. He's been also eliminated, and there you go.
Good try.
He's been also eliminated. Good try.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know from where he was finding those medkits, but okay. He just found those first aids. He was trying to patch himself up. But right now, there's an airdrop. And the way Natasha's team is playing, they've got the airdrop right in front of themselves. They can smoke that up, go for the loot, get better resources and equipments for themselves. But team number 16, I'm not even sure how they made it out. Hastar's team, they were in the trenches, but they've pushed out Guru's team, who have all the 4 players surviving, have 3 finishes in the name. With Marcos Don, he's kind of caught out, but he's making his Uzi spray work, connects on 2 players along with his molly coming in, knocks 2 players down, and is looking forward to the finish as well. Ayu's position is known, but Don knows he cannot be greedy for the finish, patch himself up, and then take the finish, and he does get it.
Because Ayushi's been also down. Natasha Gaming Fighty, they are actually charging into the zone, and they are having the zonal advantage. Top 4 teams we will be having on our screens right now on the 6th zone. You can see 12 players are still remaining. Top 4 teams. Let's just see who will be making that winner chicken dinner happen. But right now, NG having 7 finishes. Let's just see. There will be the second team converting those finishes into the double digit or not. But yep, now this is time to use those grenades, use those all the utilities having in your backpack. Throw it all, and let's just see more, casualties, more having knockouts on your opponent team and making them weaker and weaker, and then you'll be having the winner chicken dinner. But right now, Demon having a really good spot into the zone. He just sneaking in, and he's playing a sneaky play right now. Demon on our screens. Look at that. He's so sneaky right now. His positioning has been not revealed, and I think so Lucy, he can just pick more than 2 players in just a snip right now if his position is
I agree with you. He can be that sneaky snake in those grasses, but look at the grenade coming on high now from Midfail's team. I mean, yes, Midfail is out, but still, he's rooting for all the players and making sure they kind of get that chicken dinner, but aim god is down. The crate, we were talking about it. that's been right now controlled from Midfield's team. They're going to be having a chance to loot it, and new player is also coming in for support. We did see AimGod, who is right now bleeding, but finally the finish is also been taken from the opponent, and so they'll be surviving as a two-man squad right now. Let's hope they can be doing something with this two-player squad. But on the other end, Natasha's team, as we saw, the firepower coming in from their side is completely unfathomable. Nobody is able to kind of push them out or either kind of slow them down. They're executing one thing that they want, they're eliminating a squad that they want, and we talk about it, right? Once a person takes a decision, they kind of stand tall on that decision and make it happen. That is what Natasha's team is doing right now. They're taking and looking forward to one squad and eliminating them immediately.
Now all the top 3 teams, let's just see who's gonna make the winner chicken dinner happen. I'm waiting for them to again, but the match is actually going so intense, Lucy. Let's just see. I'm waiting for those, utility spam out, those molotovs, those well-cooked grenade on the faces of the players, on the faces of their opponent, and knocking out the players out there. Karthik has been spotted going with those random sprays, but those random sprays are not enough to get some of those knockout. But team number 15 having a really good advantage of 4-man players standing over there. That's a really good thing. But I think so. What do you think? Do you have any predictions, Lucy? Who's gonna make the winner when it's gonna happen?
I mean, the way Indians were able to kind of come out of danger, I felt like they were the ones, but how Natasha's team is playing, and as you said, right, they're picking their targets and slowly finishing every player from that squad and completely eliminating the squad itself. So I feel like Natasha's squad has the opportunity right now to clutch this out and win this chicken dinner in the first map.
Of course, you can see now Godl, Guru, Ryan, X, and Pain. 3 men standing over there, and I think so they need to charge on. Hyena is out of the zone. Heal battle, I think, is actually a really good advantage for him. He can make the team happen on Hastar to finish off, but I think so though he's in the zonal advantage. Damn, that's a really good one. Down. Here you go, team now 15 having a really great advantage. Godl, Guru, and Pain are the only 2 men surviving over there. They are charging in. Pain has been also down, and the match has been finished. Natasha gave a whitey, and NG making the winner chicken dinner happen.
Oh my god. I mean, the way Team Natasha was playing was just amazing, Inferno.
Yep.
They were able to charge in, and the decision that they were taking whenever they wanted to charge in, on point. I mean, no second thoughts. I mean, they never looked like they were thinking about maybe they can fumble or something. A decision taken is what they were executing. So, Natasha's squad right now coming as one of the favorites right now in the Skyesports Streamers Showdown. Hands down, I would also say that. The way they finished and got those executions and the conversions, brilliant chicken dinner for them.
Outstanding, that was actually an extraordinary performance, I would like to say. All the decisions they made, that was on point. All the, I would like to say, picks, all the call outs coming from the IGLs and the team, actually all 4 players, assaulters, snipers, midman, all the roles, they were actually doing it perfectly. That's why they are coming on the top and making the winner chicken dinner happen. And I think so that's actually they need, but unfortunately they're not getting the points in the opening, right?
Yeah.
Never mind, coming into the league stages, they will be having the points really soon. But yeah, make the performance, the balance, right? If they're having this great balance, right? So I think they can do something amazing. Then the next match, that's got to be of Erangel or Miramar. Sorry. Let's just see what's gonna happen over there. I'm waiting for that one too again. So much excited. You can see the excitement on the faces. But yes, guys, waiting for all the matches gonna happen. But this match was so intense.
Oh, super intense. I mean, started off where we thought maybe Spower and Ghatak's team would get into a fight and we would have seen who would have come on top. Spower's team decides to move out of Yasnaya, and from there they head on in a different direction, where unfortunately Zeno and the entire Spower squad comes against Kronten. They jumped out from Ghatak's crosshairs and then they fall into Kronten's crosshairs, and unfortunately, even though it looked like they were ready for the fight, Kronten's team, they kind of got together, right? Because of which you saw Kronten was also overpowering the team. So I think Spower's team, they could not help themselves or stabilize themselves as a squad in this at least first match. So I think there's a lot more coming in from Spower. What do you think here, Inferno?
Let's just say, like, I cannot predict anything. Is Power and, like, these players, they do something else. Like, they changed their mind on the last seconds of the fights, right? And
True.
it is so hard to predict what they are actually happening, what they are predicting to come up, what the strategies are they are implementing. But yep, let's just see what will be happening over there. And I think so there will be some of those strat changes. All the analysis of the I think so analysis has been done of their opponents, how they are playing and what are the strategies they are implementing, how they are rotating into the zone. But yeah, one thing, Lucy, Streamer Showdown. The start is so really good. I'm actually loving it. All the audience is loving it. And guys, we are so sorry about the technical issues happening in the screen on the stream. We will be fixing it really, really soon. So yeah.
I mean, it was a brilliant start right out of the gate itself. That every team went all out in terms of the fights that they were picking, in terms of, if you want to put it in a manner that every team was not just looking at in a fun way, but also an complete competition, right? Because they know what is at stakes. But really like the way that every team, every player was kind of having that communication within themselves, right? Because generally what happens is, if we are having a fun game with friends, we kind of just go all out and do whatever we like. But here you saw they were fighting as a squad. I mean, Midfail's team, they had a 2-2 split inside the circle at the 5th zone, and there you saw that one from both the sides of the 2-2 split was downed, but they come back, and after that they pick 5 finishes. For me, it felt like if Natasha's squad wouldn't have been there, it would be an easy victory for Midfail's team. But right now, we'll be taking a quick break and we'll be bringing in Miramar very soon. So wait until that. We'll be back in a short while.
Hi, this is Shankar Mahadevan. Welcome to my studio. For me, music is an ongoing journey, not only about singing and composing music, but it's also about learning every day. You know, inspiration, ideas, and melodies, they strike at the most undecided moments. Today, if I sit and say, hey, I'm going to create the most amazing tune over here, today may be the most horrible tune to compose, but you're stuck in the traffic jam, you're boarding a flight, and this melody suddenly comes to you. That is when you need technology to leverage that moment, because the faster it comes, the faster it goes. In today's day, you don't need 100 people to play everything together. They used to do that because of lack of technology. I'm working with international musicians and we record, comfortably, and they are playing there, we are recording over here. You don't even lose one single KB of data. Performance is communication. A performer communicates to his audience with music. If you have a beautiful voice, it needs to be captured beautifully through technology. For me, technology is built for performance.
Those who know performance know AMD Ryzen. Get the latest gaming laptops powered by AMD Ryzen processors. Those who know performance know AMD Ryzen. Get the latest gaming laptops powered by AMD Ryzen processors.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, after a short break to the Skyesports Streamers Showdown presented by AMD, powered by Ruchir. We had a brilliant matchup of Erangel where the streamers went head to head like it was their do or die match. It felt like they were playing a title match, Inferno.
Of course, this is the opening league right now. But then also, the points will be not calculated, right, into the point tables. But then also, the teams were so serious, so intense with the match. They're not having fun, actually. Not even a single player, not even a single team player tried to ban a knocked out player. I was so shocked on the point. But never mind, we'll be having the schedule. First match was really good and capitalized over there, but you can see the match 2 Lucy, that's gonna be the A versus C, A group versus C group, and that's gonna be Miramar. So I am excited, you are excited, audience, are you? So tell me into the chat section, are you guys excited or not? But yeah, I am so much excited, Lucy. The reason is Miramar is my favorite map.
It's not only favorite for you, I would say a lot of people, especially the sniper players, it's going to be their favorite map. They're going to be enjoying that map. And I mean, I'm looking forward to it if the sniper action comes in, because we were just talking about it, right? Even though these are streamers, I would say they're just namesake streamers, but they're actual professional players if they would play in squads. And they've also, many of these that you're seeing right now who are content creators and streamers, they've played professional for some time, and after that they've switched to content creation. So there's no question, right, Inferno, when it comes to into what and how they'll be doing things. But as you said, Miramar Group A and C is what we are going to be seeing. Here are the teams right in front of your screens. As we said, this is the launch party where we kind of expected for them to have fun, but teams here, Inferno, they're telling each other like, you have to be worried about me because I'm here for the title.
Course, you can see the group A and group C. Talking about the group number A, team Ghatak, Vaadhiyaar, Midfail, Guru Gaming, Eagle, Lolz, Kaashvi and Willy. Number C, Maxtern, Godl Rebel, Ruchir, Vivone, Kronten, Antaryami, Crow and Mayur Gaming will be on our screens really soon, playing the second match of Streamers Showdown day number 1 of opening league. That's gonna be Miramar. It is going to be something intense again, and the sniper rifle action, the DMR action, we're gonna witness it really soon. So I am excited. I am so much hyped up because the group number C, this is actually a good group. All the teams are so much powerful, all the teams are so intense, and I think so this is also going to be a serious match, I think.
Oh, Miramar, come on, there's going to be battle easy peasy. Everybody's going to be, as soon as they drop down from the flight, they're going to be taking guns blazing, pistols, shotguns, whatever they get, they're going to be fighting it out. But we were also looking forward to the rising star, right? Vivone. He's going to be starting the first map of Skyesports Streamers Showdown on Miramar. So it's going to be very interesting of what's going to be coming in from him and his entire squad. We'll be waiting for that. But also there's many other players who are also looking forward to their first, I would say, show. Maybe Natasha stole the spotlight in Erangel, but I don't think it's going to be the same case. I mean, right now she's not playing. Her entire squad will be taking a break for this map at least and then rejoining us in the next one. But here's what. If she would have taken one and made a statement, Inferno, I feel like the other players are also looking forward to make that similar statement and tell like, if you're one opponent who's looking forward to the title, we are also the opponent who's going to be clinching alongside you and making sure you have a run for your money.
Of course, but right now on the screens we'll be coming up with the point system, as we were talking about Lucy that points are not going to be conducted. But yeah, guys, you guys can have a look on the point tables, right, for sure. But yeah, but we'll be heading towards the second match. That's going to be Miramar really soon, and we will be heading towards the flight route, everything out there, and we're gonna enjoy it. Of course, Miramar sniper rifle actions, DMR actions, and Miramar is just all a really like a big map. Of course, it's
Oh,
it's
yes.
of 8x8, of course. So yeah, there will be a lot of long rotations going all out, and long rotations, of course. So we'll be witnessing a lot of rotation clashes. Maybe I'm not
A
sure, but yeah,
lot.
a lot of. All right, he's predicting a lot of rotation clashes. So just see, but yeah, I'm actually waiting for the bolt rifle action. Like action, those anxiety of getting those headshot down. Yeah, of course, like those sounds, using those K9, M24, and of course AWM.
Mm. I miss them, but I hope we get
Yeah.
to see them, right? Recently, how the entire matchup seems to be panning is they kind of look forward to those close range battles or only spray battles. But let's see if
Yeah.
it happens. As the match has started, we are right now jumping right into the flight as well as the flight path. And as we said, Group A and C are going to be clashing their horns against each other. But at least this time, if we talk about the flight path here, Inferno, it's kind of favoring every team. It's cutting right diagonally between Miramar, starting towards the complete southern eastern side and ending over at Ruins on the northwestern side. So let's see where these teams will be dropping down. But I feel like, as you said, right, drop clashes, that's what I'm expecting for.
Los Leones being the biggest city of the map, Lucy, and Picaro
Oh.
being the heart of the map. Let's just see how many teams are going to drop on Los Leones, and there will be some of those hot drop scenarios or not, but the high density loot area, of course, that's got to be Picaro. What I'm watching, what I'm witnessing over there, that on Picaro it's vacant. I think none of the teams are
Surprising.
going over there. That's actually surprising, and that's actually heartbreaking for me as well, because Picardo and not doing hot drop over there. That's actually something different. But the biggest city of the map, that's got to be Los Leones. You can see teams dropping over there. Maybe there will be compound to compound fights, 4-on-4 head-to-head fights, and I am actually waiting for that one too. Again, we'll invite you on our screens right now on a really good sweet spot. Parutu Paraso. That's a really good spot, and I think so. They'll be looting out, and they will be going into the zone. But think about the circle, Lucy.
I mean, again, it's a little bit outwards from the flight path itself. That's how it happened in Erangel, but I'm not surprised, right? We were talking about how brilliant these players are and teams are, so it is bound to happen that the circle also wants to give them a very tough battle, and it's happening. But again, I've still not seen any, I would say, knocks or finishes coming in. You just spoke about it, that there are 3 squads at Los Lunas compounds, and it can be kind of a helter-skelter situation. If you want to talk about Minas Generalis, there is also 3 to 4 squads in very close clusters. They can have a fight. And Hacienda del Petron, you can see 2 teams, but they're a little bit further away, so I don't think they're going to be having a fight anytime soon. But right now, team number 11, we're looking forward to what they're going to be doing, but they have a compound. Nobody looking forward to kind of, right, shake their boots and try to break their momentum. It's just easy loot that they're searching for, get better vests, because we already see a level 3 helmet on Viper. So let's hope he finds even better ones for vest.
We talk about Hacienda del Petron. I am actually waiting that who gonna conquer that golden Mirado and who is going to use it, and on the roads of Miramar, who gonna use that golden Mirado and doing that off guard things. But yeah, I'm waiting for that for 2 again. But you can see team number 11 on screens right now. Yeah, so decent, right? So decent. It is going so decent. None of the fights are actually happening. 3 minutes of the match has been escaped, but Mungambo right there. Orion X on our screens on the front of end, but I think so. The position of Orion X has been not compromised, and even we don't know about that Mungambo. So backwards about him. But I think so. He's looting right now, and yeah, he's just focused on his loot. But Mungambo knows about the right particular position of Orion X, so he is in a danger. He have to be something careful.
That's the thing with both the players, Mugambo as well as Orion. different squads. They're also the individual players, solo players who are right now in the fields. So I think whoever kind of picks up a fight can come up as can give an advantage for the team, because they can immediately knock and finish that player off, because there's nothing that the player could do. He could not call for a backup because he is already away, and this is the best part of Miramar, that you can find these individual players, isolate them. And Team Kaashvi, I'm pretty sure they're looking forward to making it happen. Mogambo calling in for reinforcement if it happens, because see, Mogambo might know the position, but in terms of loot, he just has a UMP and nothing else. He just has an energy drink and painkillers, but after that, what will he do? There's nothing else for him to pop, and I think it's going to be very difficult. He picks up a fight where I think he had the opponent Orion, I think, has either an M4 or an AKM on his backpack. I mean, it's just kind of mixing with the player in this itself character, so I'm unable to distinguish it, but nonetheless we'll know eventually. Yes, he also has an UMP kind of 4C, but
Yeah.
I think this is going to be an advantage for Orion itself, even if Mogambo picks up that fight, and that's the reason Mogambo is just thrown on the ground and doing nothing else, hoping that his teammates can regroup with him.
Of course, and one thing, Lucifer, like, you know, using UMP now, it's a different meta. Using all those submachine guns, right? The first meta we remember about the submachine guns, that was Uzi, and then we come about Tommy gun, Thompson SMG. Then we are on the UMP right now. Like, you know, if I had a question with you, I had a word with you, Lucy. What is your favorite combination of guns? My personal favorite combination is M416 and AKM. What's yours?
You stole the words right out of my mouth. I was playing yesterday, and I immediately, as soon as I saw AKM and as well as the M4, immediately picked both the weapons. I mean, both of them have different rounds, so you can keep their, I would say, rounds separate, and you always have fight whenever you want to take, because both of them are spray guns. But Mogambo finds the best opportunity. He strikes, and he gets it. His teammates were close by, and this is what I was saying, if you remember, right? Mogambo knew that his teammates were not in near quarters, and if he picks up a fight and if he receives the damage, he'll get knocked, and after that, reviving him and kind of picking a fight later on will be difficult. Finish is what he would have seen, and good call from Mogambo. As soon as Kaashvi and the entire team comes together, he picks up a fight, and Orion had zero clue over there, but that spray, on point.
Spray was on point, and Mogambo finds the right opportunity over there.
Oh.
But Godl Rebel, they are coming with the reinforcement over there. Godl Rebel coming out with the mini foreign. Those taps of the mini foreign was so on very point. The first shot was headshot, but he missed the shots over there. But Mogambo has been also picked out of nowhere, coming from the ridges and taking a really good opportunity and making the trade happen. Mighty and Ishika plays being the duo survival, if I'm not wrong, but yeah, Dome is also surviving over there, so 3-man surviving over there. But right now, Godl, they are doing a really great job, and you can see Mogambo has been knocked out, and I think so, Lucy, the revolve point for Mogambo gotta be something hard.
It will be, but look at the way this is. But look at this. We were talking about some rotational battle, and it happens. Vivone and his team, they spotted a team. I'm not too sure if it was Kronten or somebody else, but they destroyed the vehicle. But this is what I was talking about. Mighty, he propped up close. He found an opening and an opportunity to push up close. He's taken that, but right now his position is also kind of compromised. So it's going to be very difficult for him. But in the meantime, Guru, can he kind of take this grenade and make damage on Mighty and then look forward to denying that revival on Mogambo? But I feel like Mogambo, he's finished off. There's nothing else. He was bleeding already. Oh no, he's barely surviving right now, but Mighty, he knows he's lost the opportunity, because once his position was revealed, there's no way he's getting closer, and you can see he's been bombarded with not just grenades, everything that can be put on him, with weapons, with the bullets that can come onto him. That's what they're doing from different angles, and Pain getting that finish point on Mogambo. So numbers, even Stevens for both Kaashvi as well as Guru's team.
Revenge Mighty on our screens. Ishika plays, having only one finish. Let's just see how it's gonna be. Creative Fields will be the area coming in the fights over there. Let's see how it's gonna be for the teams, and I think they're just getting ready for the fights.
Yep, they are getting for the fights, and I think again it's a small technical snag that we are ahead. So we will be switching back onto the caster's desk for just to check if everything is back on that Inferno. But yeah, I mean these kind of small technical snags do happen, so that's the reason team is immediately checking onto it. And I think we're back into the game. There's not going to be any delay. We finally have that issue sorted, and we are back into the game. So let's see what's going to happen. As we said, it is a 3v3 fight, and it's still a 3v3. They kind of only got the numbers equalized, but nothing else kind of gained in that opportunity.
Gosh, Obey Falcon 7 on our screen. You can see, like, from the back ends, they are making the off-guard angles, having a really positioning on themselves and having a really good control on themselves. The trigger patience, the trigger thing that Mugambo shows, on the creative fields area, picking out his opponent, if I'm not wrong. That was something amazing, but Falcon has been down. That's not a good news.
It's not a good news, but it's not also going to be easy. Let's see how they're going to be trying to make a comeback from this. Unfortunately, Falcon was down, but now he just gets confirmed as well. So team number 7, they're going to be having a tough time right now, and I'm not too sure how they're going to be making a comeback out of this, because they need to find a way. Eagle, I think Falcon is Eagle himself, and the main player is right now down. It's going to be difficult, but we did see, right, when Hastar fell, when Midfail fell, they were still able to kind of hold their ground and get a couple more finishes. But on Miramar, there is a number disadvantage. If you're not watching your back and you're leaving a couple of, I would say, backgrounds open, it's going to be very difficult for you.
That's card. I'm so sorry. I thought that was the M24 then, but never mind. Yeah, that's a really good gun, and the spray control and the close range counter damage is also good. Just see Alpha on our screens making the damage happen, and you can see the crossfire condition, Lucifer. Lot of teams are opening areas on each other, and making the crossfire and making the third parties happen.
Third parties is something in Miramar you kind of cannot let go of, right? It happens every time, and you have to be okay with it, and you have to find a way to also come out of that third party. If you make the mistake and kind of jump into the third party, I would say you're done for. There's nothing else that you can pull off. But we're talking previously as well, Ghatak's team. You can see them here as well. Ghatak looks like he's having fun, as well as they're trying to get this chicken dinner if they do have a chance. But just like the previous time when they had dropped in Yasnaya, they were looking forward to picking up a fight, but Spower's team just moved out. And this time, Ghatak's team is looking forward to play us, but they're unable to spot anybody. On the other end, talking about team number 10, it's going to be Willy's team. They are looking forward to spotting a team at Dallas. There is a team in close quarters, but there are compounds because of which they're unable to scout them out.
You can see, look at the zone. Mostly of the teams are into the zone, right? That's a really good advantage. Look at team number 17. You can see they are lost in this area between the Impala. That is actually long rotation. We were talking about the long rotations, and you can see over there, long rotations are actually happening in the match, and that's a really good one. They're having a really safe spot. They'll be having the gatekeeping scenario, but Mighty, that tracing was so on point, and right now blind spy OP has been finalized.
They've got the kill, they've got the finish on Castro's team. They're going to be more than happy right now, but again, they have to be worried. This is Miramar, right, where if you're held out in the blue zone, I think that finish point is coming your way. If this was Sanok, the heal battle is something that we could have seen, but it's not going to be the case. So I hope Castro's team makes it out over there, maybe after just losing a player. But on the other end, we were just talking about Willy, right? They did spot out Falcon and eliminate him, and this is what we are saying. They did get one finish, but they were not able to kind of spot out the entire team. And it does happen. So I hope that they're able to find a lot more finishes for themselves, because if they don't, again, this is the launch party. It might not affect right now, Inferno, but later down the line, it will affect you. Missing on a couple of finish points, you're missing on a couple of finish points. I think you will be having a tough time, because if your placement points and finish points kind of are not cohesive, you're going to be missing the opportunity of being crowned the kings or the queens.
Of course, now you can see right now Team number 9 coming in the fight over there. Mighty. No, that's a really good pick over there. And I think so Mighty can do some wonders for his team as well. Right now you can see team number 17 rotating out of the zone, and they'll be having the zonal advantage really soon.
They'll be having an advantage, I hope. But Kaashvi's team, we did see them pick up a battle against Guru's team. The numbers was equalized from Guru's team. But right now you can see they're having a disadvantage. And not only that, they're 1,400 meters away, Inferno. That's not a good thing. And they're still trailing behind, I feel like, Guru's team. Whereas Guru feels... I'm not too sure because I don't have the entire data here. Maybe he might also be one of the last surviving players for his team. Kaashvi's team swore revenge on Guru's team for what they did and take down Zango, but it happens, right? Miramar, you kind of isolate players and you have to be okay with it. Okay, no, wait. Guru's team have the three players surviving as they did have before. Orion was the player that they didn't lose. But right now we are seeing Crow as well and his teammates, who's been right now with Amar as well. They're trying to play and they're rotating and right now just entering through the southern edges of Junkyard and making their way into the circle. But look at the close quarters of Junkyard and especially the southern edge of the circle. At least 5 squads are here. So this is going to be a cluster and this is going to be at least multiple finishes coming in a matter of seconds.
Of course, right now you can see team number 10, Willy, having the first finish in his hand. With the M16, M164 shots, and oh no, that trade knocked out Anto. That's not actually good. They have to go for the rebel point, but from the back ends, you can see multiple teams are having a spray on them, and I think he's been also down. Yeah, of course. Willy is just barely surviving all that golden HP. Some of those random spray out, but he's not able to find that pick.
You're not going to be easily finding it, but again, you made a wrong move over there out in the open picking up a fight. There was one squad who were already watching over you, team number 17 and then team number 16 as well, who were pushing up. That was the Antaryami squad and they bombarded together and players just fell apart. But right now we are again back into Midfail's team where we are watching them. I mean, Midfail is right now stuck to team number 18. They're kind of, I would say, right, encircling him. Mayur want to make sure they eliminate him, but the other players from Midfield's team, they're trying to support him, trying to give him an opening to kind of come out from the compounds and come closer to his teammates because he's the one who's outside the circle. So he needs to find an opportunity. But in the meantime, Mayur himself, he's trying to push up against Midfield's team, trying to find an opening where his teammates are also having a chance to enter the circle as well as find those finishes on Midfield's team.
Because look at this spray is going. Some chit on our screens over there. Aimgor, he's been spotted. He's behind that ridge, having really good advantage. But you can see Night Noob has been also down. Using the UAV Midway. He's covering up the first finish for his team. Congratulations, boys and girls. But they have to go for that 1v2 happened. But no, Midfail wasn't able to do that thing. Midfail has been down. And I think so Midfail's team, they are converted in 3-man standing. Now, this is time to do something wonders. They have to do something else. Strike Pro on their screens having 4 freaking finishes. And that's a really good advantage for them.
I mean, right now having finishes on Miramar might be a good advantage, but it's still, if you don't have the control, in a matter of seconds, you will be eliminated. We were just talking about Antaryami's team, who picked up a fight against the team who was just caught out in the open, and right now they're... And Ghatak, he spotted out a squad, team number 13. They're going ham on them, and that's going to be Ruchir's squad. Avinash, and there's one more player from the window, that's going to be Ronnie. Both of them speak together and down Ghatak over there. They've not found the finish point yet, but finally Avinash does eliminate Ghatak. But in the meantime, Tripper also goes down, and that was the last surviving player from Ghatak's team, and that's done for them. What an intense battle that we are seeing right now in the 4th circle. We were talking about Antaryami's team as well. They are picking up a fight here against team number 11. They're giving it their all. Team number 11 coming in a very disadvantageous spot if you want to talk about it, but Viper immediately tucking his tail, understanding that this is not a fight that he'll be able to come on top of because Antaryami's players are surviving. Their squad is still better compared to his team and the numbers.
The Yami on our screens right now making, I think so, he is healing himself. He is restoring the damage and taking that Mirada out there. advantage as well. Clutchy has been spotted into the open scenario. He's taking some of those sprays. Being the Solomon survival, having 2 finishes advantage and having 0 finishes for his team. But I think he'll be taking one of the more finishes for his team as well. But I think this is where he's going. That's not it for him. Absolutely, he's been down. Antaryami coming out of nowhere, chasing him down, and he's been also picked out. Antaryami's team having freaking 8 finishes.
They decided that if they spot out a squad, we're going to be finishing them. They're not going to be letting anybody hanging, because it happens, right? Any map you pick, one last solo survivor, they come at the last and then they eliminate multiple players. But right now, talking about number 12, they are taking a lot of players down using the higher ridge advantage. But for how long they are going to be making it happen is what we have to see, because they also have a casualty which they have to be worried about, and this is going to be Rebel's team. But right now the circle has moved. We are seeing the 5th circle. It is going to be giving advantage. Rebel is very close to the edge of the circle, so her teammates can also kind of come in close and they can immediately get into the circle, but also they have to be worried about the numbers. But Antaryami's team, they have spotted Rebel's team here, and now they're doing the damage. They've taken down Clutchy. Now it's all up to Nikki and Rebel to either get inside the circle, hold that ground, because recovering Clutchy right now is going to be too damn difficult. Oh, they're trying for it.
Yeah, they are Antaryami. They are out of the zone using some of those grenades, and let's just see how it's going to be happening over there. Need Antaryami on the screen. Clutchy has been down. Nikki and Rebel being the doom and survival over there, taking that info, gonna do something. Pride going back out there, and I think so they can convert the 9.
They're going to be trying it. I mean, who doesn't want double digits? From one squad, I'm not too sure if on Erangel, but right now it is the similar situation that they want to do. But right, yes, he makes the mistake, overextends and gets punished from. It's a different squad that is doing the damage here right now on Antaryami's squad. So Antaryami and his teammates need to be worried about it. But in the meantime, Rebel also moves away, as Nikki we saw, right, was save Clutchy over there. Propped up grenades, propped up smokes, and was spraying down to find a way for Clutchy to come closer, but it did not happen. Midfail's team on the other end, who are right at the edge of the circle, who can enter any time and also have the higher ridge advantage. They're trying to gatekeep team number 18 right as of now.
Oh, so right now on the screens right now, team number 5 for them, but Pride taking more of the sprays and trying to pick some of those players over there, but I think so that's not going to be happening over there. High now on our screens right now again. I think so the higher edge advantage, that will be the really great thing. Kyra has been spotted, and I think so he's been picked up. Yeah, absolutely. Those third party shots, that's actually something amazing. Knocking the player out and just taking the player picked out and having more finishes. That's a really good advantage, but that grenade was so on point. Mayur has been down. Surya being the Solomon survival over there. Willy, he was tossing over there. Willy is just going over there. Goku, he's been also converting that fight, and the team has been also eliminated out of nowhere. This team is doing wonders for his team, and finally they are acquiring some of those finishes.
Damn, the way they are right now getting bombarded and kind of circled and kind of cornered, right? It's just brilliant on how these teams are finding a way to execute these fights. It's just looking wonderful. I mean, we saw Midfail's team. They were not at all happy about what Mayur's team did. They eliminated Midfail, the main man for the team itself, and you look at that position. Midfail's entire squad never gave up. They just held on to that position and waited for the opportunity. But right now, the opportunity is not in their favor, because 2 of their players from Midfail's end have right now are on their knees. They have to find a way to find a revival. Yes, Haina is giving the revival, but they're also right at the edge of the circle, and look at the amount of damage it's doing. But also, they're at a ridge that is not covering them. So because of which you can see the side of Team Vivone, they're spotting the players from Antaryami, they're spotting the players from Midfail as well as Vaadhiyaar, and they're just spraying down everybody who's coming in front of their crosshays.
Of course, excellent OP right now, and I think so big brothers. Let's see, BB on our screens right now. Godl Rebel having 5 freaking finishes. All the players are still surviving, and that's the new superstar coming out of nowhere. And you can see the domination he's doing. That's really something amazing. And you can see, like, they are front of them. They have to be something really like, careful about it, because BBL got is into the zone, and that flash move wasn't he's just surviving on the dot. Avnish has been also down. Pride Pro on the screens, taking some of those sprays and trying to pick the players out.
You can see, right, the way tactical play is coming in from Team Vivone. But unfortunately, they are getting seen from other teams as well. And you see, there's a team which spots them out. And they're also taking up a fight with the other squad as they're looking forward to entering the circle. That is Ruchir's team. They're trying to push in, but right now it's going to be Midfail's team against Vaadhiyaar's team. They're going right next to each other. None of them seem to fight, but finally positions and players doing the damage, and you can see Ruchir's team taking on Midfail's team, and Midfail's players are being finished off. I think it's one last player surviving, new player, but in the meantime, Vivone's team, 2 players are right now down. Zen OP as well as Hellgod. Vivone as well as Beast OP, they're playing and trying to make this work. They're the ones who try to move inside the circle, and yes, they're inside the circle, but can they make it through? So look at there's Antaryami's team, spotted Ruchir, and they're going to be downing and also eliminating him immediately, not even giving him a chance or his team a chance to revive him.
Because that's actually the most favorable thing. But new player surviving. I don't know how he's actually surviving over there in that van, making the smokes, and there you go. That grenade will work over there out of nowhere. Freeze is coming, and that grenade was so very point. Having 7 freaking finishes, that's a really good number, and I think so this is time to show and showcase the real good presentation and domination on our screens.
Oh yes, there's just too many grenades, too many fights from different directions coming in, but Beast OP is going to be wrapping and sending Midfield's team back home. Along with that, they're also doing the damage on Vaadhiyaar's team, and look at that, Vivone is holding Vaadhiyaar's team right now on position, not giving them any breathing chance, as well as Team Antaryami. They're also holding the players really strong. Vivone, he pushes up the spot players, he takes a 1v2 match, but does not come out, and he gets eliminated. Unfortunate, but Beast OP as well as Zen OP, they're here. Zen OP was downed a couple of minutes back, but he's right now back on his feet. He's looking forward to the fight, but unfortunately, Vivone, he had no cover over there. He didn't do the damage, but another wide swing coming over there. He kind of went down, couldn't do anything.
Of course, BB OP on our screens. Godl Vivone and Hellgod has been casualized in the fight over there. But look at that! Team number 6, the Army team, they're not stopping.
Oh, nobody is stopping right now. I mean, we just saw that Vivone was down, but nonetheless, they are not giving up. The team Vivone, they are putting up a fight and putting up a statement here that you might take down our players, but we are here to completely take you down. But as you said, Team Antaryami with 15 finishes, they are the team which is looking even more stronger, just as we said, right? Maybe Natasha's team stole the spotlight on Erangel, but here it looks like Team Antaryami has the spotlight on themselves, and also a huge one. They're going to be having a chance to get they are already getting, if they get into the chicken dinner spot, the first position, they'll be getting 30 total points. 15 from the finishes, 15 from the placement, but still, wait, there are players. There are still 3 players that they have to finish before getting the chicken dinner for themselves.
Out, and here you go, the match has been ended. What an amazing match we've just witnessed. Look at the faces of Antaryami, like, that vibe, that thing, he's feeling it, the vibe, and the vibe of Streamers Showdown, the Skyesports vibe, and that's actually what we call about the family.
I mean, as we said, right, it was just brilliant as a match that we saw.
Yeah.
Miramar, we expect a lot in terms of action coming, but when the action does come through and we kind of enjoy what happens, Showdown gives you everything, the best of everything. You will have fun, you will have brilliant fight. They were at a spot, right? They were spotted from the goal, but I think they don't got distracted with the others from the lower ranges, and eventually got eliminated because of that.
Well tried, boy. That small superstar is doing everything that he got, and he is showing his guts. He's showing the potential he's having right now on the small stage. So something amazing that that was a really brilliant performance coming out of nowhere. But yeah, Miramar, of course, what an amazing match, Lucy. That I enjoyed it out a lot, and the strategies. Like, everything is changing. Everything. The players are changing their mindsets, and now, not even the competitive players, now the streamers are actually rising up.
I mean, this was bound to happen. I just said, right, when we started it off, might be for namesake we can call it as a streamer showdown, but at some
Yeah.
point of time, these people have at least played pro at least once in some competitive scenario, and they've done justice. And I would say they have the right to call themselves professional players as well, because they play a very brilliant matchup. But right now, we'll be taking a quick and a short break. You guys don't go anywhere, because there's still a lot more matches left for the day.
अब सारी फिजाएं बहकी हुई सी अब सारी हवाएं. Hi, this is Shankar Mahadevan. Welcome to my studio. For me, music is an ongoing journey, not only about singing and composing music, but it's also about learning every day. You know, inspiration, ideas, and melodies, they strike at the most undecided moments. Today, if I sit and say, hey, I'm going to create the most amazing tune over here, today may be the most horrible tune to compose, but you're stuck in the traffic jam, you're boarding a flight, and this melody suddenly comes to you. That is when you need technology to leverage that moment, because the faster it comes, the faster it goes. In today's day, you don't need 100 people to play everything together. They used to do that because of lack of technology. I'm working with international musicians, and we record, comfortably, and they are playing there, we are recording over here. You don't even lose one single KB of data. Performance is communication. A performer communicates to his audience with music. If you have a beautiful voice, it needs to be captured beautifully through technology. For me, technology is built for performance.
Those who know performance know AMD Ryzen. Get the latest gaming laptops powered by AMD Ryzen processors. Those who know performance know AMD Ryzen. Get the latest gaming laptops powered by AMD Ryzen processors.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Skyesports Streamers Showdown presented by AMD, powered by Ruchir. We had two brilliant matches where we had Inferno with me, but right now we have a change on the desk. It's going to be Raider joining me in, who's going to be looking forward to raising some storms. But before we talk about the match itself, Raider, how are you feeling? It's Streamers Showdown.
Indeed, it's a launch party, so I guess the teams are actually taking their own sweet time and sweet spot to hit that area where they are going to win it. But eventually, yeah, Team Natasha and Team Antaryami Gaming, they did a fantabulous job of getting those two winner chicken dinners. That is absolutely interesting. I guess the day is already starting with a good note. But then again, we have 4 more matches left, and now in this one, I guess we are going to witness Group B and C once again taking a toll onto the lobby. And let's see how these teams are going to witness and how these teams are going to aggress with the fights. I guess some teams are lacking behind because I guess it is just the launch party. You have to take the groove. You have to actually learn that how your enemies are going to perform. Eventually, in the league days, in the league stages, I guess the performance is going to bump up. But then also, these are the streamers. These are the ones who are here for our entertainment, and the stakes are high. No doubt in that. But before that, let's talk about the match of standings.
Oh yes, you can see the points. We were just talking about it. I mean, it's going to be right now 33 points that you're seeing from Team Antaryami. I mean, they were already looking good in terms of getting a 30 bomber, so they've exceeded that right now. So they're going to be feeling very good about it. But again, these points right as now might be something that boosts their confidence when they actually jump into the league stages. But they have to be worried that if they kind of have similar mishaps that happened here in the launch party, it's going to be very tough, because this is not a streamer showdown where they're just going to be getting the title. There is spoils. They're going to be eyeing for the prize money, Raider.
Indeed, and the prize money is huge. We all know that. But before that, let's talk about the match number 3. It is going to be in the map of Erangel, and the groups which are going to take up a fight is going to be Group B and C. Teams like Team Kronten, along with teams like, let's say, Team Maxtern, Rebel, Ruchir, Vivone are going to get welcomed in this particular match. Well, I have seen the leaderboard. We all have seen the leaderboard of the match was standing. The teams like, let's say, Vivone and Kaashvi and some other teams which are on the back ends have to actually grind something, have to actually do something amazing so that they are going to rise in the terms of leaderboard. Because after all, leaderboard is pretty much like a report card of yourself. The way you performed in the whole day, I guess not a single team can actually perform equally well in every other match. But then again, leaderboard is the one which can actually show you that how the average performance went out into the whole lobby. So as we can see, match 1 was into the courtyard of Team Natasha. Match 2 goes into the hands of Need, or should I say Antaryami Gaming. But eventually, match number 3. What are your specifications about this one, Lucifer?
I mean, there's one thing that I'm looking forward to is going to be both Natasha and Antaryami going head to head, right? Because Antaryami is in Group C, Group B is Natasha. So let's see who's going to be having a chance to kind of have a chance to maybe get that winner chicken dinner. But it happens, right? When a team is feeling good, they kind of start to get consecutive winner chicken dinner. So is it going to be Natasha or Antaryami? And out of the blue, is it going to be a different team? Because we were seeing, right, how good Vivone's team was also looking. Unfortunately, they kind of moved and took up different fights in different angles with different teams, and they kind of got separated. Unfortunate for them. But on the other hand, I do want to still talk about Miramar, where we saw Ghatak as well as Ruchir going against each other. Ghatak's team was looking good, the spray control was there, but this is where we talk about, right? You have a compound as an advantage compared to an open ground fight. Open ground fight is not an advantage that you will be ever having a chance to win. And that's why Ruchir's team won over there. They had covers to immediately jiggle from, and they took down Ghatak's team. But right now, as we said, Group B and C, Kronten, Sharkshee, Psycho, Spower, Natasha, Hastar, and alongside him Joker as well as Anto are going to be coming in. So we'll be looking forward to it, how it's going to be working out, because Group B had a break, right? But Group C, they're going to be playing 2 matches back to back. But do you think, I want to ask you this question, Raider, do you think Group B took the while to watch how Group C plays and kind of saw this team plays like this, their rotation is like, if there is a player who picks up a fight, who is their assaulter, who comes in the forefront and takes the battle, and who are those supporters that we need to be worried about? If they've done the steady, I think Group B might have an easy chance. But what do you think?
Oh, indeed. That point is absolutely lovable, because that break is obviously going to give them a charming area where they can easily analyze that how the teams from Group Run C took a fight and how they were actually going to perform. But eventually we have to consider one more thing, that these players are not the esports athletes. They are just the streamers. They are one who entertain us. They are the one who play this game for fun. Yes, of course, the prize pool is there. Yes, of course, the launch party is there in front of us. But then also we can say that I don't think so. A lot of teams would have been considering this kind of scenario where they're going to witness some other group. They are going to, let's say, study some other groups and analyze their movements, analyze their type of fight, analyze their type of angles which they are going to put forth. But yeah, in this one, if I talk about group number C, Team Maxtern, Rebel, Ruchir, Vivone, Kaztro, Antaryami, the previous winner chicken dinner team, Crow, Mayur Gaming. These are the 3-4 teams, or should I say 9 or 6 teams, which are going to get welcomed soon enough in this match again. So I guess obviously they have somehow performed equally well into the matches, but let's see how the performance is going to go on, because now the pressure is obviously going to rise. There we go. We have got the faces of Antaryami Gaming, the one who actually cherished that victory into their perspective. If we talk about Team Crow, once again looking jolly good and trying his level best to attain that winner chicken dinner, because at the end of the day, winner chicken dinner is something which can easily boost their motivation a lot.
It can, but unfortunately we saw, right, Mayur, he got caught between Vaadhiyaar as well as Midfail, but Vivone, he looks pumped up, you can see, right, he's making the faces like, let's go, get into the next map. This time I'm feeling good, and I should be looking forward to the chicken dinner, because previously as well, I felt like the way Vivone and his team were performing, they were able to take any fight that they wanted. They were very calculative, but it happens, you kind of get into the momentum of the game and you kind of certain times feel left out, or kind of completely the game itself, the map itself takes over you and you lose your control. But nonetheless, let's see who's going to be taking control of Erangel as we are jumping back into it. Now the flight path is going to be starting towards Georgia Pool from the northwestern side, ending towards Novo. But again, Erangel